Are you thinking about renovating an apartment in Dubai, but you're not quite sure where to begin? Or maybe you're worried about investing a serious amount of money and realizing later that you focused on the wrong things? Because whether you're flipping a property as an investment or finally renovating a space for yourself, there's a very big difference between a renovation that simply looks nice on the surface and one that actually makes sense strategically, financially, and functionally. Ciao, I'm Federica from Flipping Dubai. I'm a real estate investor and renovation expert, and I flip properties here in Dubai. After renovating multiple apartments in this market, I can tell you very honestly that successful renovations are not about doing more, spending more, or copying every trend you see on Instagram. They are about understanding where your intervention will create real impact, and just as importantly, where you should stop. So today, I want to walk you through 10 renovation tricks that work in Dubai apartments and can genuinely save you money, stress, and probably a few sleepless nights along the way. Let's get into it. First, open up the space. If you've visited a few apartments in Dubai, you've probably noticed a pattern: unusual partition, partially closed kitchen, and layouts that somehow manage to block natural light and make the space feel smaller than it actually is. When the structure allows it, opening up the kitchen or removing unnecessary internal walls is one of the most transformative upgrades you can make. Especially in older apartments, simply removing a dividing wall and updating the finishes to lighter ones can completely change the atmosphere of the home. What once felt compartmentalized and dark suddenly becomes open, airy, and much more contemporary. However, this is where you need to be careful and strategic. The moment you start touching the ceilings, AC grills, or MEP system, you risk turning what should be a straightforward renovation into a 6-month permit process saga. And trust me, that's an experience you want to avoid. Focus on improving the layout intelligently through partitions and visual openness. 2. Upgrade the floor. Flooring is one of those elements that people rarely comment on directly, but subconsciously it defines how an entire apartment feels. All ceramic tiles with dark grout lines immediately date a space, even if everything else is relatively updated. One of my favorite solutions in Dubai apartments is installing luxury SPC or LVT flooring. Because it's fast, durable, water-resistant, and can be installed throughout almost the entire apartment, including the kitchen, although I always avoid bathrooms. When you use one continuous finish across the living areas and bedrooms, the space instantly feels larger, cleaner, and far more cohesive. And what makes it even more attractive is that you don't need to remove the flooring. It can be installed directly on top, which significantly reduces time, dust, and cost. For around 200 dirham per square meter, including installation, you can completely transform how an apartment feels. And if you want to elevate the finish even further, replace the existing skirting with MDF skirting painted in the same color as the walls. It's a subtle detail, but creates a much more refined and seamless look. Point number 3 is lighting. Lighting is everything and probably the most underestimated component of any renovation. And at the same time, it is the fastest way to make a home feel luxurious or surprisingly cheap. One of the biggest mistakes I see is the typical grid of downlights evenly spaced across the ceiling, as if we're illuminating a pharmacy. Instead, think in layers. Combine ceiling fixture with wall sconces, under cabinet LED strips, table lamps, and floor lamps. When lighting is layered properly, you gain flexibility. You can shift the atmosphere from a relaxed evening at home to an elegant dinner setting simply by adjusting which lights are on. And please, always choose warm 3000K lighting. We're creating comfortable homes, not operating rooms. If you'd like a quick crash course on how to design lighting properly and make any home looks more luxurious, I've linked my full guide about lighting in the YouTube card. Definitely check it out after this video, because honestly, good lighting alone can completely redefine the emotional impact of a space. Quick break. If you live in Dubai and you have an amazing idea, a design or a renovation, and you want to give it a voice, here is your chance. Reach out and collaborate with Flipping Dubai. Now back to the show. Point number 4, bathrooms. Bathrooms are one of the first spaces where buyers or tenants form an opinion, and often that opinion is formed within seconds. Replacing outdated tiles with large format porcelain and choosing clean, white sanitary ware paired with minimal modern fixtures immediately makes the space feel timeless and premium. There is one detail I'm particularly strict about. Avoid visible corner profile. Instead, opt for 45-degree tile cuts, which create a cleaner and more sophisticated edges. It may sound minor, but visually it elevates the entire bathroom. And adding a front-lit mirror not only enhances the design, but also provides flattering light, which honestly we all appreciate first thing in the morning. Point number 5, kitchen. Before it looks good, a beautiful kitchen might catch attention, but a functional one is what truly leaves a lasting impression. Always begin with layout and storage efficiency. Prioritize drawers over lower cabinets. Integrate soft close mechanism and choose durable materials such as quartz for countertop. Built-in appliances from reliable brands like Bosch or Miele instantly create a cohesive and well-considered appearance. Most buyers won't verbalize why a kitchen feels good, but they instinctively recognize when everything feels solid, practical, and thoughtfully planned. And in real estate, the kitchen is often what closes the deal. No matter how beautiful the materials are, poor execution will immediately diminish their value. Uneven tiles, sloppy grout lines, or cheap silicone application are small details that silently communicate low quality. Rather than overspending on luxury materials, prioritize hiring an experienced installation team that pays attention to details. Also remember that what don't you see is just as important. Moisture-resistant boards in kitchen and bathrooms are essential in Dubai due to humidity and hard water condition. And if you want to enhance depth, you can introduce texture. Linen curtains, fluted panels, micro-cement finishes, or even a carefully selected rug can dramatically elevate the visual richness of the space. Point number 7, wrap. Don't replace. Before you decide to demolish wardrobes or cabinetry, take a moment to assess the structure. In many Dubai apartments, especially older ones, the cabinet carcasses are still in good condition. It's simply the doors that are outdated. Wrapping or replacing only the doors is a highly efficient way to modernize the space without the cost and the disruption of a full renovation. Within hours, outdated glossy beige can become soft matte neutrals or contemporary wood textures. It's quicker, cleaner, and far more economical. And when you combine new finishes with updated handles, the transformation can be surprisingly dramatic. Point number 8, use mirrors and glass with intention. Mirrors, when positioned strategically, can significantly enhance smaller apartments. Placed opposite window, they reflect natural light and visually expand the room. Similarly, glass shower panels and glass wardrobes element keep the space feeling open and modern. The key, however, is restraint. Subtle placement enhances elegance. Overuse creates visual chaos. 9. The details nobody thinks about. One of the simplest upgrades, yet one that makes a surprisingly big difference, is replacing switches and sockets. Old, discolored plastic plates immediately date an apartment. Upgrading to slim, modern designs in white, beige, black, or brushed finishes create cohesion throughout the home. While you're at it, consider installing a smart thermostat. It's an affordable change, but immediately signals modernity and efficiency, qualities that today's buyers generally appreciate. These small details are what elevates a property from merely renovated to thoughtfully designed. Point number 10, even if you are renovating for yourself, always keep resale or rental potential in mind because circumstances can change. Neutral interiors consistently perform better in Dubai's market. That doesn't mean boring, it means timeless. Build a calm foundation with warm whites, creams, beige, and soft grays, and then introduce personality through one or two carefully chosen statement elements. The secret is restraint. A single strong feature adds character, too many create overwhelm. Future-proofing your investment ensures that your renovation remains an asset, not a liability. Renovating in Dubai can be incredibly rewarding when you focus your budget and energy in the right areas. Design with longevity, functionality, and flexibility in mind, and your renovation will add real value, not just aesthetic appeal. If you're considering a flip or need guidance on strategy and design, feel free to book a call with me. All the details are below. And if you found this helpful, supporting the channel by liking the video, subscribing, or leaving a comment is easy. See you in the next one.